Entitled parent steals house from under our noses. This is my first post here. Millimeters. My mom. Entitled mom. So this happened when I was about 5 years old. Millimeters was thinking about moving to a new place and she found a really big and good condition house for very cheap. She told to one of her friends that she will be buying it, only for that friend to buy it the day later. Millimeters immediately stopped talking to her and asked her why did she buy the house if she knew that Millimeters wanted to buy it. Responds with, my family is more important than yours and we need a new home. TLDR, mom wants to buy house, tells to her friend, then the friend buys it. Short. Sweet. Thanks for sharing. 1 paragraph into TL. Doctor as opposed to 30 paragraphs. A vague title and no TL. Drive. Op knows what's up. TLDR, the first paragraph is a long one. Not as long as the last paragraph. I could barely make it past the first sentence. You can bet that friend of hers got some hella bad karma for what she pulled. It probably turns out that cheap house needed tons of unforeseen repairs or something like that. Karma is a cold bitch. I hoped it was like that. My mom went back there some time ago. That's why she suddenly remembered it, and the house was in even better shape. They repainted the walls a few times and made a garden. So guess the only karma she got was my mom unfriending her. It may look that way on the surface, but a person who treats her friends like that won't ever keep any friends for long. And she doesn't sound capable of developing any true, deep, compassionate friendships either. Even if it looks like she has a family and friends. If that's the way she acts towards people she loves, then her relationships are full of strife and toxicity. While she may have a big, pretty house, I'm sure she feel lonely inside it. I think that's the worst karma of all. This, being an asshole, is their own punishment. This is why you keep your mouth shut about big purchases until everything is locked in. You never know who is also on the market for what you're about to buy. Or if your financing or something falls through, then you look like an idiot. Yeah, I learned my lesson the hard way, haha. Wow, damn, so short. Yeah, my mom doesn't really want to talk about it. This is as much info I could get. But it's a good story tbh. Because that's what friends are for. What else but that? TLDR carrot 2, you like house? My house now. Apostrophe. Wow. That woman was so rude. I hope your mom found an even better home. We just repainted our walls. They were broken, lol. Every time I close the door to my room the wall will break a little. The crack was above my head too. And decorated the house. But it's still a tiny 2 bedrooms and 2 toilets house. The M is an R. For saying her family is more important than your family. Oh okay, I'll change it. OBTW, what's R? My English is pretty bad. Arsehole. It's an abbreviation of the word. Here's hoping the house was cheap, because it was haunted. My parents had something like this happen way back, when I was 13. They had met with an architect years before, and designed their dream home. And had finally found a new neighborhood under construction, that they want to have it built in. They bought the first plot of land, but decided it was too narrow for their plans. While working on buying the neighboring plot of land, they told some of their, at the time, closest friends and showed them the property. Said friends then went and bought the neighboring property and built their own house on it, and then tried to lowball my parents for the land they had already purchased prior. Since it neighbored their new home, and my parents could no longer use it, my parents ended up selling it to another party for about what they put into it, and never spoke to that couple again. That similarly happened to my family in a way. My parents lived in a house for a short time that a family friend decided to move out of and moved to Idaho. The M was going through a divorce and decided to move back and somehow ended up moving back into the house we were living in. She made our lives a living hell while we were living in the house. She disciplined myself and my siblings with the okay of my parents the way she did with her kids with a really thick cricket paddle. I live in the US and it had holes in it to make it fly through the air faster and sting. My parents eventually got tired of some of the crap she would pull, and I don't know what the circumstances were. but we eventually were forced to move out of the house and into our own rental. Yeah, duck your parents for giving her the green light on that too. That's why we didn't tell anyone, not even close friends and family, when we put in offers on houses. Even if they don't try to get it, you can bet on them talking to all their friends about it, and bam, we get outbid. Happy story then. Having to search for other houses a good price for doing some asshole cleaning. I'm sorry that your mother had to experience something like this. We never know for sure, but I believe that everything will pay back eventually. Maybe you don't know what it was good for. Thanks for sharing, and maybe share her address so we can mail her some weird fetish stuff, but to her neighbor's address so everyone knows. Yeah, it's always better to never tell anyone until the deed is done, lol. Honestly, I think this is why you should tell Noon about anything you get offered so they won't take the chance that you deserve. That's why I think this is Ops Mom's fault. I have a feeling this will get downvoted, but at least I gave my opinion. This is just an example of why you shouldn't tell people shit like that unless you know them back to front. People share too much these days. Keep your business to yourself, and others can't/won't mess you around. Sometimes you have to assume the worst from others. I knew a guy who worked for a loan company and he would turn down loan apps, even when the person was qualified, and buy it for himself. He got fired. This is why you never discuss financial moves with anyone other than your spouse. That's why you never disclose your plans to anyone that isn't essential to completing them. Legally fine, but a very dickhead move. Not cool. I know violence isn't the answer, but God. She would have got socked. Why is there a TLDR? My family is more important than yours, your mom should have said. Well, that's how I feel. So you can duck off with your scumbags. Subtly roasting someone is the best way to flip them off and have no way to get back at you because it's just an insult. I mean, your mom really screwed up by not having it under contract before telling anyone. Fatal mistake in real estate. Bitch. This is why you don't tell anyone anything ever until it's a done deal, no matter how much you think you trust them. Well, that's one way to figure out who your true friends are. So what you're saying is that we are going to have to invade your country? Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.